and in this we're going to show you how to not only instantiate the loot, but also set it up in a manager for later use to expand your game. So the first thing is we're going to test out the loot system. So we're going to create a game object, and it's going to be called loot, and we're going to make sure we set it as an array. And we're going to assign the different prefabs to that array. Then we're going to instantiate, depending on what type of role we get, what type of loot we're going to get. So for the role that is legendary, we're going to instantiate loot from the array of 0. If it's epic, the array of 1, and if it's standard, the array of 2. Game object 2 in that array. So you could see that we just rolled a standard, and then we also rolled an epic. That's great, but I don't want to do this on every single chest in the entire game. I want a manager class to handle the loot. So I'm going to create a new manager, and the first thing I'm going to do is turn this into a singleton instance. That way I can access this script, or this particular component, from basically any script in my entire game. So you got to do the whole public static loot manager instance, get and set. You got to set the instance to null, and if it is, then destroy this, else the instance is this. Pretty standard stuff for the singleton class. Once you get the singleton all set up, and we should be able to call this loot manager from anywhere, we're going to go ahead and create a header. And we're going to call this loot prefabs, and inside of here we're going to serialize a couple arrays, and we're going to call it standard loot, we're going to call it epic loot, and we're going to call it legendary loot. And this is where we're going to store now all of our prefabs that we're going to spawn in for our loot boxes. So of course we got to make sure in our manager we assign those prefabs, otherwise we can run into some errors. Once we do assign those prefabs, we're going to want to create a game object in our loot box script, and it's going to go to that loot manager.instance, and we're going to create a new function